Sure. Mr. Bartholomew, thank you. I'll just refer you to Supreme Court precedent, specifically a 1939 case called to certain members of the House of Representatives. And our Supreme Court says our fundamental law is majority rule. And if a majority of this body gets together, even if the Speaker doesn't show up, it's a meeting of the House of Representatives. That carries down to our individual committees. It's not contradicted by any House rule. If you look at our House rules, it permits a chairperson to call a meeting. It doesn't say a meeting of a committee can only be called by a chairperson. We look to Masons, which governs when our rules don't deal with something, and Masons is specific. Where the chair of a committee does not call a meeting or neglects their duty to call a meeting, a majority of the committee can meet, and it is a formal meeting. And that's what we're calling for. It is our reasoned position that the Speaker has let down his duty, as has the chair of our House Oversight Committee. In the face of that dereliction of duty, it's the responsibility of the members of this committee to get together and do their job. 17 members are on House Oversight, a quorum is 9. You already have 2, in Whip Chippendale and Brian Newberry. We need 7 more Democrats to say, you know what, we're gonna meet. I'm gonna be willing to go against leadership during this crisis because our grandparents, our parents are dying in nursing homes. And the governor might be doing everything right. She might be doing everything right. The fact is, you don't know, we don't know, the public doesn't know, and that's the purpose of House Oversight. After a House Oversight hearing, we may say, my goodness, Gina Raimondo did the best possible job she could have, nothing was wrong. We just don't know. Constituents call me and say, what's going on? Do you have any idea what it's like to say to someone whose parents are in a nursing home? I have no idea. That's unacceptable. It's unacceptable. So, we need 7 more Democrats. Patricia Serpa, Raymond Johnson, Julie Casimiro, Edie Agello, John Edwards, Arthur Handy, Brian Patrick Kennedy, Jason Knight, Charlene Lima, Daniel McKiernan, Thomas Norrie, Scott Slater, Joe Solomon, June Speakman, Anastasia Williams. We only need 7 of you to show up. We only need 7 of you to show up. It's time to lead. Because those we have chosen to lead our body are not. Thank you. Oh, yeah, sorry. So we've been going through the proper channels. 6 weeks ago, we asked the Speaker. 4 weeks ago, we asked the Chair. We have heard from our Democratic colleagues saying, yes, they want to meet. I'm not going to say who. These are internal conversations which wouldn't happen if they're always leaked to the press. But our members do want to meet. It's not a question of their desire, it's a question of their will. Are they willing now to take on the leadership that has stayed home, that has kept this body off the field? It's not a question of desire. Do they have the guts? That's the question.
Rep, a lot of those people you mentioned said that Speaker Mattiello will not let them leave, and he's content with the General Assembly not to come back in session. He wants to remain under the radar.
You know, that 1939 case I just cited, and I'll paraphrase them, they say the Speaker's not the master, the Speaker's the servant. And if he fails to remember that principle, he loses all respect that he is due. He does not control this body. He only has what this body gives to him. The majority of this body is in control. The majority of this committee is in control. And they need to start doing their jobs and not blaming the Speaker's intransience. When their constituents call them and ask, from this point forward, they can't say the Speaker won't let me. It is fact, it is law. The Supreme Court has said it is our fundamental law that the majority of this body rules. And they need to start doing it.
What's your reaction to finance saying there's no plan B? They were just relying on government money to bail out the state.
You know, here we're focused, the House Finance Committee is meeting, right? Everyone's in the room, it's not a problem. Our position is it's not just about the money. The people that have died are not numbers on a spreadsheet. House Finance certainly can meet as they should. Our House Oversight needs to meet. It can meet. There's no plan B. We're here to talk about our seniors. If there is no plan B, they need to start cutting. But we're not here to talk about financial issues. It's a calamity, and I'm glad House Oversight Finance is meeting as it should. This call is for House Oversight to start doing their job.
What is the state's plan with the nursing homes for the second wave that's going to hit the fall? What is the state going to do differently to avoid 80% of the deaths in nursing homes?
John, the point is we have no idea, and neither do you. And that's the point of House Oversight, is House Oversight needs to meet. We need to know what's going on, the press needs to know what's going on, and the public needs to know what's going on, because I get calls every day. They are concerned. They were willing to stay home and dump all the responsibility onto the executive branch when this first went down, as was I, because it was an emergency. We didn't know enough. People were willing. People are not willing anymore to just take the governor's word for all of these things that are happening. It's just not the way our government is set up. I think the governor's a great person, and I think she does a good job. But I need to know the facts. And we're not being given the facts, and that has to change.